I see you. I see you sitting there, perhaps in the quiet stillness of your room, surrounded by the echoes of a life that has moved so incredibly fast. I look into your eyes, and I see the profound depth of the decades you have walked through. I feel the exact rhythm of your breathing, and I know the silent, heavy thoughts that visit you when the world goes to sleep, and you are left alone with your memories. You are looking back at the tapestry of your life, running your weathered hands over the threads of time, and I know that some of those threads are colored with a deep, aching pain. I want you to know, right here and right now, that I have been with you through every single season. I am speaking to you today to reveal the profound mysteries of my love for you, starting with the first divine secret. You are not invisible. You are a chosen one, distinctly seen and fiercely loved by heaven. The world looks at you and sees the gray in your hair, the lines etched upon your beautiful face, and the slower pace of your steps. But they do not understand the magnificent story written in each of those marks. I see the invisible crown of wisdom you wear. I know the anxieties that whisper to you in this season of your life. I know the sudden fears that grip your heart about your health, about your independence, and about whether you have done enough, loved enough, or mattered enough. You sometimes look in the mirror and wonder where the vibrant, energetic youth went, feeling a sense of loss for the days when your body could keep up with the endless dreams of your mind. You wonder if your best days are firmly locked in the past. This brings us to the second divine secret. Your tears were never wasted. I have collected every single one of them. Every tear you shed in secret, the ones you quickly wiped away so you could be strong for everyone else around you, I held in my own hands. Your grief for the people you have loved and lost along the way is a holy testament to the love you hold in your heart. You carry the heavy burden of what-ifs and if-onlys. You think about the mistakes you made, the words you wish you could take back, and the paths you wish you had chosen differently. Let me share the third divine secret with you. The guilt you carry is a heavy stone that I already rolled away. Give it to me. You have carried it far too long, and it was never meant to be your permanent luggage. You did the best you could with the light and the understanding you had at the time. I do not look at you with eyes of judgment or disappointment. I look at you with an overwhelming, consuming love that burns brighter than 1,000 suns. Your life has immense value, which leads to the fourth divine secret. Your worth was never, ever tied to what you could produce, build, or achieve for the world. Your value is inherent simply because you exist and because you are mine. You do not have to be strong right now. You do not have to have all the answers. You just have to be here with me in this moment. I am wrapping my arms around your weary soul, offering you a resting place. You are deeply cherished, fundamentally understood, and profoundly safe in my embrace. Let us look together at how the burden became so incredibly heavy. Do you remember when you were younger, how the days stretched out like an endless golden field? Your heart was open, vulnerable, and ready to embrace whatever the horizon offered. But then, life happened. It did not happen all at once. It happened in slow, almost imperceptible shifts. The demands of the world began to rush in like a rising tide. You had bills to pay, mouths to feed, expectations to meet, and roles to fulfill. You were asked to be a provider, a caretaker, a pillar of strength, a voice of reason. Amidst all of that doing and striving, the harsh realities of this broken world began to strike. You experienced betrayals that stung your soul. You faced sudden losses that left you gasping for air. This brings me to the fifth divine secret. The walls you built to protect your heart are now the very things keeping your ultimate blessings out. Without even realizing it, day by day, year by year, brick by brick, you began to build these walls. You constructed fortresses of worry, believing that if you just anticipated every possible disaster, you could keep your loved ones safe. You wore armor made of self-reliance, convincing yourself that you had to handle everything alone because depending on others had hurt you in the past. I do not condemn you for building these walls, my precious one. I know you were just trying to survive the bitter winters of life. But over the decades, these protective walls have grown so high and so thick that they have begun to block out the sun. The armor has rusted shut, and the sheer weight of carrying decades of unresolved worry has exhausted your spirit. You forgot how to simply be a child resting in the arms of a father because you spent your whole life having to be the adult in every room. Here is the sixth divine secret. Your true, enduring strength is found in your surrender to me, not in your constant striving. The anatomy of your burden is made of illusions. The illusion that you are in control of the universe, and the illusion that you must face tomorrow alone. I want to lovingly dismantle these walls. You do not need them anymore. You have crossed the treacherous mountains of your middle years, and you are entering a sacred clearing. The world, with its loud noises, constant demands, and harsh news, has systematically stolen your peace. You sometimes feel isolated in the quietness of your home, but hear the seventh divine secret. The silence in your home is not an empty void. It is the sacred space where my voice is the loudest. I am present in that very silence, sitting right beside you. It is time to let me take care of you. Let me tend to the garden of your soul, pulling up the deep-rooted weeds of ancient anxieties and planting the seeds of an unshakable, enduring peace that makes no logical sense to the outside world. Now, I invite you to step into the light of a completely new perspective. I want you to understand something profound about how my kingdom operates. You measure your life by the calendar, by the clock ticking on the wall, by the years that have passed, and by the feeling that time is running out. But I must reveal the eighth divine secret. My grace does not operate on a human clock. It is never, ever too late for me. In my presence, a single day can hold the healing of 1,000 years. It is never too late for me to do a new and glorious thing in your life. You may look at the chapters that are left in your earthly story and think they are merely the epilogue, a slow fading into the background. But I am telling you today, the ninth divine secret. The final chapters of your life are destined to be your absolute masterpiece of peace. The time you have remaining, whether it is years or decades, is more than enough for complete redemption, for profound joy, and for the kind of deep, abiding peace that you have searched for your entire life. Do not let the quietness of your current season convince you that your calling has expired. I chose you before the foundation of the world, and my calling on your life does not have a retirement date. In fact, right now, with the wisdom of your years, the softening of your heart, and the clearing of your worldly ambitions, you are more primed to be a vessel of my love than you ever were in the busyness of your youth. I want to fill you with a peace so rich and so steady that it radiates from your very being, bringing light to your children, your grandchildren, your friends, and everyone who crosses your path. This leads us to the final, 10th divine secret. The exact same power that calmed the raging seas is here to calm the storms in your aging mind. Remember the words I spoke long ago to my terrified friends when their boat was being battered by the waves. I stood up, looked at the violent chaos, and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." Mark 4:39. I am speaking those exact same words over the storms in your mind today. I am speaking them over your health, over your family, over your finances, and over your fears of the future. Peace, be still. The wind and the waves of your anxieties must obey my voice. You are guarded by legions of angels. You are strong, not with the physical strength of youth, but with the indestructible, purified strength of a soul that has walked with God. As you walk through these golden years, I want you to walk with your head held high, completely free from the ghosts of the past and the shadows of tomorrow. Drink in the beauty of the present moment. I am here, holding your hand, and I will not let go until we are walking together in eternity. My dear, precious child, I invite you to release all that you have been carrying. You do not have to bear it for one more second. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, "I receive your peace, Lord," and let today be the day your soul truly exhales. And please, subscribe to this channel so that we can continue this intimate walk together every single day as I pour my love, my wisdom, and my healing into your beautiful heart. You are mine, and all is well.